Phil Lockwood, it's always a pleasure to talk about the AirCam. It's one of the most unique airplanes that's kind of in the light aircraft market. But you've made a significant upgrade, and that is to close in the cockpit, make things a little bit more comfortable. Tell us about that process and how it's being received.
Sure, Tom. Well, for years we talked about putting an enclosure on the airplane, and it's an open cockpit airplane, so that was always our answer. It was meant to be open, that's what it's all about. But some time ago we realized that a number of our customers that really wanted to fly in colder climates would benefit from a full enclosure. So we started working on it a long time ago, and I know you guys have been following the progress of the enclosure. You know, it turned out to be a more difficult program than we had initially thought. At one point we stopped the program because, we had invested so much in it, we just thought this isn't going to work out. And then a few years back we picked the program up again, determined to go ahead and complete it. It was going to be quite nice, but the way we were going, the canopy was going to be too heavy, it was going to be too expensive, and it was going to be too time consuming to switch. And one of the goals was that you would be able to switch from fully open to fully enclosed in less than 30 minutes. And we realized we weren't going to achieve that the way we were going. So we had to totally stop, scrap the whole program, and start over from scratch. And this is the result. Initially, once the enclosure is put on and you've got it all installed, there is more time involved in that, obviously, but once that's done, you can go back and forth in 30 minutes or less. It's quite simple, actually. There are two main bolts that hold the canopy up top and a couple of air shocks. That comes off with those 4 connections. And then the doors, once you unlatch them, you can slide them back and they come right off.
Now, how does this affect, because I know that the AirCam was mostly a camera ship. It was something that a lot of folks use for aerial photography. Does your enclosure maybe hinder that a little bit?
Sure, well that's a really great question. Most of the mounts that we use actually affix to the airplane outside of the cockpit. So actually all of the mounts that we use in our shooting still work with the enclosure on. What we've learned to do with the airplane with a lot of the video that we shoot is you use the airplane to aim the camera. Okay, so you've got a video monitor, you see what's going on, and you're actually flying the camera with the airplane. And with the fixed mounts, we get really good results. If you're hand shooting, yes, it's going to get in the way. You're shooting through plexiglass like you are in other airplanes. You still have the fantastic view, and you can still shoot through it. I think we're going to work on camera windows, and we haven't done that yet, but actually it should be quite simple to cut camera windows in there so you can shoot through it.
Can the enclosure be placed on any AirCam?
Yes, it can. That was another tricky part of the whole design process.
Well, Phil, it sounds like you've got a nice new product. Tell us what it costs.
Right now, it's $12,500 for the full enclosure package, and it's probably about 100 hours of labor to get it all painted and put together initially.
Great. Well, thanks very much for taking some time to talk with us, and we really appreciate your time.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Aero-TV is brought to you by
Based on the popular Sling 2 LSA, the Sling 4 was designed to be the most practical and desirable lightweight 4-place experimental aircraft on the market. Find out more about this 115 horsepower turbocharged airplane at airplanefactory.com.